Are you running out of ideas? Or your brand is not standing out? Stay tuned with us. You'll get to know how you can connect the ancient Chinese warfare principles to your marketing strategies. The audience. Brand owners often describe their target consumers, but how well do they truly understand them? In reality, brand owners tend to delve into factual demographics to identify their audience. However, the key value is perceiving the audience mindset. By understanding the intangible psychographics, it allows a brand to offer a more precise solutions that meet consumer desires. Similarly, in the context of ancient Chinese warfare, understanding the opponent's mindset is also a decisive factor in its victory. Just like the great master Sun Tzu said, with knowledge of the insights, the brand would then be better positioned to deploy its best optimal marketing strategy, which is also the vital key to conquering the hearts of your consumers, and the big why that leads to many buying behaviors. Imagine if you're a dog lover, and a vacuum cleaner salesman came to knock on your door. In such an incident, you'll likely not be keen to entertain him. But then, if he pulled out one that is specifically powerful in cleaning up stubborn dog fur from your carpet and sofa, I bet that may trigger your attention with a higher interest level. All in all, demographic is the common foundation for identifying the audience. Whereas together with the findings of psychographics, you can better conquer them. During the Chinese Song dynasty, the patriotic hero, Yue Fei, demonstrated a superb strategy by understanding his opponent. His army was overwhelmed by the Great Jin's invasion at Yancheng, marching in with 100,000 heavily armored cavalry. The fierce invaders and their steeds were suited from head to knee with metal plate coverings, which made this enemy almost impossible to defeat. Instead of being pessimistic over the toughness of his foe, the calm general started researching on his enemy, and finally singled out the weakness of this sturdy opponent. Besides identifying the horse's legs as the only vulnerable opening, Yue Fei also ascertained that the proud swaggering battalion would likely not be observant of the surroundings. Therefore, he ordered his foot soldiers to arm themselves with glaives or pole weapons and hide within the tall bushes. Upon the contingent arrival, the soldiers aimed and slashed hard on the horse's legs, causing half the enemy force to fall off their steeds before they could strike. This is a historical case of knowing your enemy. Yue Fei took a step back to evaluate the situation before deploying his next move. Likewise, this knowledge is also an important consideration in modern businesses. By perceiving the market well, one could then better offer and communicate the audience with a more unique value. Otherwise, the business will be firefighting almost every day, unable to be seen and stand out among the saturated crowd. Imagine that your client is the mirror image of your opponent. To win, you need to think of a solution to penetrate their defense. In today's context, it is simply to engage their interest. The current market is clouded with too many similar products or services that you may be offering. Thus, without a strong proposition, you'll sure to be struggling in the Red Sea for your audience to see you. Not to even mention being identified and choosing your brand. To achieve that, you can start by evaluating what you have on hand. Do ask yourself, what problem will your brand solve? Who in your audience spectrum will benefit the most? And of course, what makes your brand stand out? Understanding yourself is crucial, but you will also need to analyze your competitors. Such as, which specific audience are they targeting? What are the key differences between your brand and theirs? Are there gaps in their offerings that you can fill? Let's try this over a case study. Picture that you are offering premium quality noise cancellation windows in Singapore. The first possible audience you could think of will likely be the new house buyers. Almost 78% of Singapore's population lives in flat buildings, known as HDBs, and the majority of these new buyers will aim for the build-to-order ones. Since these units are brand new, the homeowners will certainly be looking to renovate. From the description, this audience group seems relevant to your offering, but are they really your ideal target? Think about it, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Meanwhile, if you enjoy our video, please help motivate us by clicking the like, subscribe, or share button. Indeed, merely observing without taking action will never gain any results. Much like in warfare, once you've pinpointed your enemy, your next move is deciding how to take them down. In battle, be it a direct assault, a flanking maneuver, or sowing political discord can greatly influence the outcome. The key is the ability to identify and make use of their pain point to your advantage. The methodology. Let's look back to the Qi Empire, during 340 BC. The king was a hardcore horse betting fan, and always dragged his favorite general, Tianji, to play as his opponent. It's a competition of best 2 out of 3 races. The king set the races into strong, medium, and weak tiers of horse races. As his horses were usually superior to Tianji's, Tianji got worried and consulted his strategist, Sun Bin, for advice. The appearance of the horses did not seem to reveal their respective potential strength. Therefore Sun Bin decided to have the horses' arrangement switched. Having their weakest horse compete against the king's strongest against the medium, and lastly, the medium against the weak. Again, this story is another typical example of Sun Tzu's philosophy that all warfare is based on deception. In today's business world, we all want to win. But this does not mean we should blindly compete for clients, as it would only trap your business in a relentless price war. Besides simply pushing for sales volume, tons of strategic avenues are available for us to be effectively positioned in the market, while minimizing necessary conflicts with our competitors. The key lies within your brand's ability to adapt and meet the market demands, which allows its proposition to stand out and resonate with the audience. And of course, the question now is how. To figure that out, you first need a solid understanding of the 5 basic W's before exploring the how. Otherwise, your efforts would only be futile. These observations may somehow bridge your thoughts with different creative methods to reach your desired audience, which ultimately helps your business avoid direct competition and better aligns your value with your audience. In the story of the 3 kingdoms, Zhuge Liang was cornered to an impossible task by Zhou Yu to create 100,000 arrows for Wu's army to fight against Wei at the Red Cliff. Instead of producing those arrows from scratch, which he could never be able to complete within the 10-day given deadline, Zhuge Liang decided to borrow them from their enemy. He planned his plot by reading the mind of his enemy leader, Cao Cao, and executed it well with good foresight of the environmental situation. He recognized Cao Cao's skeptical nature, together with the fog in the darkness of the open sea at night. Zhuge Liang successfully lured Cao Cao's army to shoot arrows randomly from afar, at his boat fleets filled with scarecrows, which then allowed him to collect these new arrows as a contribution to Zhou Yu. Let's do a short review and find out how Zhuge Liang leveraged the 5 W's to devise his strategy. First, Zhuge Liang found the target for his material source. Followed by, he figured out the foggy situation through weather forecasting. And of course, he was certain that the Cao Cao that he knew would never risk unconfidently. Not even mention that it was an uncleared invasion in a dark wide open sea. In business, we often need to tap on the 5 W's to align our offerings well with the consumers. Assuming that you wanted to launch a spa, you'll first need to assess the local demographics, understand their expectations, and figure out why they choose your location before deciding on the services you'll focus on rendering. As without that, you're simply relying on your luck for any customer to walk in, which could be a big challenge to be sustainable. Still, that does not mean a dead end for your business journey. To bring it back on track, join us in the Strategic Branding Marketing Essential Workshop today to uncover more about how you could extract from wartime tactics into your venture. Remember, it's not about the size or age of your business. Branding and marketing are essential elements you can't afford to overlook in your business growth. Thank you for watching. Hope that this video has brought you a simple overview of the connection between the ancient war tactics and the current business strategies. And once again, if you enjoyed our content, do help us like, subscribe, and share accordingly. Till next time then.